The seatbelt.
Just don't step out.
And you can take mine off right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up. I'm not reaching for no gun, bro.
Step out. Can I move my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so now the chief of police is also stating that he's going to get internal affairs into this to do their homework. And it looks like these police officers are going to have to be suspended for a little while until the investigation is done.
After winning big in Omaha, Terence Crawford was stopped by the local police. Earlier, he had returned to his hometown, Omaha, Nebraska, proudly showing his championship belt in a victory parade. The streets were full of fans shouting his name, Crawford, Crawford, Crawford. The whole city celebrated their champion, sharing a moment of love and pride with him. At Crawford's parade, Shaq gave a warm message. He said there's no place for losers because Crawford is the real world champion. Shaq congratulated him, said he truly deserves the success, and shared that he loves this moment. His words showed respect and admiration for Crawford's win.
You deserve this day. I love you. Greatest of all time, baby. I love you.
To honor his big win, Crawford was given the key to the city and a special belt in his hometown, Omaha, Nebraska. It was a proud moment with the community that has always supported him. More than a boxing star, Crawford is seen as a symbol of pride for Nebraska, inspiring fans at home and worldwide.
King of the city, baby! Now, in recognition of Bud being the three-time world champion, the city of Omaha has a special belt to commemorate that.
Crawford said he's been carrying Omaha with him since his early fights at the Quest Center in 2006. As a pro, he feels proud to represent both his city and state every time he steps into the ring. Just like people from New York, Texas, or Chicago show pride in where they're from, Crawford said he feels the same about Omaha and loves the support from his hometown.
It means everything, you know, because me putting Omaha on my back since I was a kid, you know, fighting in at the Quest Center in 2006, and everybody coming out to support me as a kid, you know, and me taking that in the ring as a professional, and every fight that I fought in, I'm repping my city and my state, Omaha, because when you look at all these other states and stuff like that, they say, oh, well, I'm from New York, or I'm from Texas, I'm from Chicago, I'm from Omaha, you know, so I'm gonna rep my city just like everybody around the world rep their city. So, you know, I love that Omaha is supporting me.
Crawford said success comes from preparation and hard work, not just talent. He believes someone who trains harder can beat natural ability. At the top level, with everyone aiming to beat him, he stays disciplined, calm, and trusts his team. His coach also reminds him to stay focused and not let emotions control him, which helps him perform his best.
If you prepare to the best of your abilities, you know, great things is gonna come from that. You know, I always say hard work beat talent when talent don't work hard. So if you talented, you know, without the work ethic, you know, somebody can outwork you that want it more. You know, so you gotta have everything all in sync. You know, you gotta work hard, especially when you're at the top, because everybody gunning from you. Everybody working extremely hard to dethrone you. You know, and in camp, Bo Magnum just basically was just telling me stay disciplined. You know, stay disciplined, because knowing me, I'm a fighter. You know, I like to fight. So sometimes I get hit. You know, I'll be like, oh, I need to get that back. Let's go. You know, so it's all about staying disciplined, stay composed, and listening to your team and having faith.
Shakur Stevenson praised Bud Crawford for teaching him that integrity matters more than money or fame. He pointed out how Crawford's family, coaches, and support system helped shape him into a genuine and strong person. Stevenson thanked Crawford for his influence and celebrated both him and their shared hometown of Omaha.
Came up here, I'm kind of nervous to be talking in front of the public, but I'm gonna be short. But I just want to speak about something that I feel like Bud kind of taught me, and I feel as though it's gonna take me farther in life, and I feel like for the next generation and the kids that's coming up behind us to understand. It's one word that I've been thinking about when I wanted to speak about Bud. It's integrity. I feel like integrity is a strong word, and I feel like it's bigger than money, it's bigger than fame, and I feel like Bud Crawford taught me integrity, and it's gonna last forever. So shout out to Bud, shout out to his family. I feel like his family did a great job with him. His coaches did a great job, and everybody surrounding him and supporting him made him into this genuine, strong human being. And I appreciate him for everything that he done for me. So shout out to Bud Crawford, shout out to Omaha, Nebraska, and it's all love.
After his hometown parade, Crawford was mistakenly held at gunpoint by Omaha police. The incident shocked the community, and the mayor confirmed an investigation is underway into how it was handled.
I'm opening the door. You can take mine off of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Blueport TV reported that Omaha's mayor stepped in after the police incident at Crawford's parade, showing support for both Crawford and the city. The police chief has started an internal investigation, and the officers involved could face suspension while it's reviewed. The goal is to handle the situation properly and rebuild the community's trust.
So now the mayor got involved, because the mayor obviously was at the parade, and the mayor supports Terence Crawford and what Terence Crawford does for the community and for the city of Omaha, Nebraska. And they don't want this negative press on them. They just don't want that. And so now the chief of police is also stating that he's going to get internal affairs into this to do their homework. And it looks like these police officers are going to have to be suspended for a little while until the investigation is done.
Blue Blood spoke about the police officers' actions, saying they could face suspension during the investigation. He stressed how serious the situation is and pointed out that incidents like this happen too often in black communities. He called for accountability and proper consequences to prevent such misconduct in the future.
They're saying that, I believe that there's a possibility that these officers can be suspended while this is being investigated. So hopefully this is resolved quickly, and something needs to come of this, because this is nasty work, bro. We go through this all too much in the black community. All too much.
Coach BMAC said Crawford still has a few fights left, but he must train hard to stay sharp. He added that moving up to 160 pounds could be a big chance for Crawford to test himself and possibly win titles in 5 different weight divisions.
You know what? They made it look so easy. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, got 2-3 more in him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Train camp will try harder. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, it'd be a challenge. If you want to challenge yourself, yeah, I don't mind.
They make them 5 weight divisions. There's not many people there.
That'd be great.
Oscar and Manny.
That'd be great.
Trainer Ronnie Shields advised Crawford to fight at 160 pounds instead of 168. He said middleweight could bring Crawford another big achievement, while the younger, bigger fighters at 168 might be too strong and fast. Shields believes picking the right weight class is the smarter move for long-term success.
Terence Crawford, I give up the belt. I go down to 160. Another milestone waits for him there. He's great. He's going to be great at 160. 68, leave all other guys alone. They're too young. They're too fast. They're too strong. He's good. He's good. And not to say that he can't hang with those guys, but in boxing, you have to be smarter than the next person. So go down to 160, leave 154 alone, go to 160, win that, create another milestone in your career, and then say adios, amigo.
I can see that happening.
Dave Coldwell praised Terence Crawford's career, saying that even if he retired now, his multiple undisputed titles and a win over Canelo Alvarez would put him among the all-time greats. He noted Crawford could still fight, maybe even face Janibek at middleweight, but personally believes it might be better for him to retire at the peak of his career.
If Crawford was to retire now, what a resume that is. He could, whether you believe he's the greatest or not, he is in that argument where people around a table in a pub sat amongst themselves on WhatsApp groups, you're arguing about who the greatest fighter is that there's ever been. His name would be in that mix if he was to retire now. Three-time undisputed champion, 3-weight undisputed champion. This little guy that's come up, gone all the way through, and then beaten Canelo Alvarez, jumping up a couple of divisions. I think that would be unbelievable. If he does choose to carry on, then I think your shout's the best middleweight. If he was to go down and take on Janibek.
Calvin Ford spoke about Bud Crawford's future, saying he looked great in his last fight. Now the question is whether he should stay at his current weight or move up to 160 pounds for bigger chances, like a middleweight tournament or another huge fight. Fans and analysts believe another mega fight could happen, depending on his choice.
Bud always been like that. Without a question, solid. You know what I'm saying?
You think there's anything left for him, coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him fight 160.
I wouldn't do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. Hey, Islam, he looked at excellent.
Is there anybody?
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Teron Ennis going to 160.
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight?
I don't know that yet, but I've said, and the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
Robert Garcia said Crawford just earned the biggest win of his career, one of the biggest in boxing history. He warned that Crawford shouldn't take unnecessary risks or end with a bad fight. Instead, Garcia stressed that Crawford should protect his legacy, not put it in danger.
No way. Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk. Benavidez is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take. I wouldn't do it.
After Crawford's dominant win over Canelo, Floyd Schofield admitted he was surprised since he expected Canelo to win. As a longtime Canelo fan, the loss hit him emotionally, but he showed full respect to Crawford, calling him one of the greatest of this era. Schofield said Crawford's speed, skill, and consistency proved that size alone doesn't guarantee victory.
It was very, very wrong. I had Canelo just domination. I was hurt, I ain't gonna lie, because I've been a fan of Canelo since I was a kid, so my heart, a tear almost came on my eye, I ain't gonna lie, because it felt like, that Canelo's done. But I just think he was a little off that night. I think he can, make a big comeback. But to Crawford, man, he's the greatest of this era. You got to give it to him, greatest of this era. Nobody's ever done that before, 3-time undisputed. So you gotta take your hats off to Crawford. And I was just shocked that he was able to just dismantle Canelo like that, you know, even with the size difference. That just goes to show size doesn't win fights. I was actually very surprised because usually, like, when you go up in weight like that, you tend to get slower. And like you said, in the later rounds, you tend to slow down. But it's like he kept that same pace the whole fight. And I was kind of shocked. I was, man, when it got to the 10th round, 11th round, I was like, ain't no way that Crawford is doing this. But he did it. And I was shocked. I took my hats off to Crawford. Even my...
Crawford's strength coach, Chad Belt, was thrilled after the fight. He said Crawford dominated Canelo and praised the incredible atmosphere at Allegiant Stadium with nearly 70,000 fans. Belt called the performance impressive and believes it opens the door to big opportunities for Crawford's future fights.
Biggest crowd at Allegiant Stadium, damn near 70,000. Energy level like nothing I've ever been a part of or seen in person. You were in the building, you knew it was special. And that boy was whooping feet. Whooping feet. Beautiful. Beautiful. The event, man, that boy good.
Raleigh Romero said Crawford's performance deeply impressed him, not just in boxing but in life. Watching the fight inspired him to reflect on his own life and gave him new motivation beyond the sport.
Terence made me, that performance did something really special for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, and a lot more special than what probably anyone else is probably thinking, honestly.
How so?
Just opened my eyes to, and it's not even boxing related. This has nothing to do with even boxing. This has nothing to even do with boxing. It's just he opened my eyes to something bigger in my own personal life that's going on right now.
Romero said he was surprised by how dominant Crawford was. He admitted Canelo did well up to round 4, but after that Crawford took full control. In the later rounds, Crawford's dominance was clear and undeniable.
I didn't expect Crawford to be that big, but Canelo did good the first few rounds, first like all the way up like to round 4, and then that's when Crawford took over, So in the second half of the fight though, it was all Crawford. There was no question about it.
Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, said their game plan worked perfectly on fight night. Canelo came forward with big punches and tried to fight inside, but Crawford was ready. McIntyre admitted he felt nervous during the fight, but after reviewing it, he saw how well Crawford stuck to the plan, making his performance look smooth and dominant.
Okay. It was 100% how we thought it was going to go. It was 100%. Him stepping forward, him throwing the wide shots, him moving his head, him trying to fight on the inside. It went just like how we wanted it to go. That's what performance you guys got from Terence. So, like in the corner, going through the fight, you just like, kind of like tensed up a little bit, is he doing this, is he doing that right? But after the fight was over and then you sit back and you watch the fight, yes, it was easy. It was easy. It don't seem like it when you in the corner and you looking, sometimes you can't see the camera guy right.
After the fight with Canelo, Crawford said his counter landed clean, but Canelo's defense reduced the impact by rolling with the punch and reading the follow-up. He credited Canelo's awareness as proof of his ring IQ and greatness in that moment.
That's a counter. It was a great counter, but at the same time, Canelo being great as he is, he was actually rolling with the shot and anticipating me coming back with a right hook. When you see him roll and then kind of roll the other way, he was anticipating me throwing another shot. It was a great shot, but it was great awareness by Canelo as well.
After the win, Crawford said he was fully locked in. Even with a few surprises, he understood everything happening in the ring. He explained that time felt slower, which let him process and react clearly.
I understood everything that was going on. There was some surprises, I can say that, but, me being in that moment and knowing everything that was going on when it was happening, it was like everything just slowed down to me at that moment.
Crawford thanked his fans and supporters, saying he and his team achieved exactly what they planned. He highlighted that they made history with the win and expressed gratitude and love to everyone who stood by him.
All right, you shook up the boxing world.
Yes, sir.
Compa. You shook up the boxing the boxing world. What you gotta say to the fans, everybody who supported you?
And I appreciate all the fans that support me and my team. You know what I mean? We did what we set our sights out to do. You know, we made history. And, you know, Team Crawford, love each and every one of you.
Compa.
Terence Crawford's homecoming in Omaha showed the love his city has for him, though the police incident was a shocking reminder of how fast things can change. Still, he stays focused, proud of his roots, and motivated to inspire fans. With talks of moving up to 160 pounds, facing fighters like Jaron Ennis or Virgil Ortiz, or even retiring on top, his story isn't finished yet. What comes next, a mega fight or retirement, could define the last chapter of his legendary career.